Alright, so the question for this experiment was, how does the type of ball affect the amount of elastic potential energy? And our hypothesis for it was, if mass increases, then the ball's return bounce will increase, because in the formula for gravitational potential energy, gravity and height will remain the same, so mass will help increase that. Some of the materials that we used in this procedure was the ruler stick, some tape that we have right there. We used 3 different balls, a golf ball, a tennis ball, and a basketball. We used a pencil to write down on our data sheet, and then we had our question sheet right here that we filled out our hypothesis stuff on. Alright guys, so this is the procedure that we used. We used some tape, which you can see right there, and we taped a meter stick to the wall. Oh, and then what you see is you can see the 100, and you take the 75 mark, and the 50 and the 25, and you'll mark it with like a pen or something. And then what you'll do is you gather 3 different types of ball. We have a basketball, golf ball, and tennis ball. And then what you'll do is you'll take turns taking one of these balls and dropping it from each separate height 3 different times. And you'll average that out on the data collection sheet, which we have right here, which you can see that we averaged it all out on, and it came out really nice. And then what you'll do with that is you'll graph it out on there, and it'll turn out really nice. It'll be nice and colory. And then with these data results that you receive, we will take and you'll fill out your claim, evidence, and reasoning for your procedure, and it'll come out really nice. And so yeah,
Go. 1, go. Go. Go.
1 go. So guys, on the data collection sheet on this side, we had our results right here. We had the tennis ball right here, the golf ball, and the basketball. And the tennis ball, it had an average ratio of bounce back heights about 51%, so it was going about halfway up. And the golf ball, it wasn't going as high. It had about a 25% bounce back height, which is about a fourth of the way up. And then the basketball, it was about almost the same as the tennis ball, but a little less, and it had a 49.75 bounce back up height. And so when we represented it on the graph, on this side, this green one represents the golf ball, and it had a little heavier mass than the tennis ball, we would say, but it still stayed lower. And while on the blue one, which was the tennis ball, and the red one, which was the basketball, they were kind of affecting each other here, like they were going over on top of each other. But the tennis ball ended up having going higher because of the better ratio average of bounce backs. Alright, some sources of error that we found while doing this experiment was dropping a ball with your hand under it can cause the ball to gain more speed because you're not pulling it out at the right moment. And then not dropping from the correct height can mess up the results by showing that it could be dropping from, let's say, 75 instead of 100, which can mess up the bounce back height and screw up the data. Alright, so our claim, and according from our hypothesis, was according to the results, the hypothesis was not accepted because balls with less mass had better bounce back heights than the ones with more mass. And then our evidence for this was the tennis ball had a less mass than the basketball, but its percentage of bounce back height average was 51%, while the basketball's was 49.75%, so it was greater. And then our second piece of evidence was that the basketball mass was greater than the tennis ball, but on the 100 centimeter drop, the tennis ball bounced 52 centimeters back on average, while the basketball did only 49. This was when we were constructing our hypothesis, we were thinking more about the gravitational potential energy on the ball acting instead of the elastic potential energy on it. So yes, mass would increase with the gravity and height, giving it more bounce back, but a ball with less mass and greater elastic potential energy will bounce higher than